Well, I decided to make a video about my Varicom Big Grizzly because I couldn't find any videos of one of these running around. I was a little disappointed. It's not an extremely popular truck that you hear a whole lot about because they didn't do so well in the 80s, and they are fairly fragile in a way, but they were main competitors to the Clodbuster and USA 1. So right there's kind of a size reference. Tires are just a little bit bigger than a Coke can, like them two. Unlike the USA 1, the Clodbuster, this used a single 540 sized motor. It was shaft drive to the front and the rear. The front had independent front suspension. Please pay no heed, mine's actually kind of broken at the moment. I just got done doing a running video, and I guess in a way proved to myself how fragile these really are. But on the rear, they used a swing arm design. As you can see the shaft there. And they have a ball diff in this rear housing, which is a bit unusual. Originally this had an ESC, a mechanical speed control, and it's been had a ESC installed. And for the most part, its main unique features was the ball diff and the fact that there are one-way bearings in the front wheel hexes. It took me a long time to eventually figure out in my head what the purpose of this was, and I've decided it's to save the drivetrain under braking or full throttle to reverse maneuvers. These had a lot of problems with the drivetrain as it was, and under full braking I can fully see the additional weight load from braking or doing a reverse slam, putting in too heavy of a load on the front end or front drivetrain and stripping out gearing, whereas the rear is going to lift under braking and skip a little bit instead of just putting all that load on it. But that's one thing I've never really understood, but it makes sense if you think about it. It helps spare the drivetrain a lot of abuse in that manner. It's fairly spunky and actually kind of lightweight for what it is. This seems to weigh quite a bit less than the Clodbuster or the USA 1 to me. I haven't really picked one up lately to be 100% positive on that, but for as good as it moves around and actually drives, it's pretty quick without putting a real heavy load on the motor or the battery pack or anything. I drove this around for probably a good 20 minutes on a 3000 milliamp hour battery pack with this Johnson silver can here. Nothing got hot, and it's got a pretty decent little scoot to it. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to post a video up of it running. So enjoy. If you got any questions, let me know. Leave a comment about it and I'll try to answer it if I can. I'm not a complete expert on these things, but I try to show some unique stuff every once in a while.